a sleepy Boston suburb in the early hours of this morning, and a massive gunfight is underway. Police had cornered the two men they believed were responsible for the Boston bombings, but the suspects were clearly in no mood to come quietly.
In the exchange of the gunfire, we believe that one of the suspects was struck and ultimately taken into custody. A second suspect was able to flee from that car. What we're looking for right now is a suspect consistent with the description of suspect number 2, the white-capped individual who was involved in Monday's bombing. He should be considered armed and dangerous and is a threat to anybody that might approach him.
There's a 20-block perimeter around the location that Chief DeVoe just talked about. We are concerned about securing that area and making sure that this individual is taken into custody. We believe this to be a terrorist. We believe this to be a man who's come here to kill people. We need to get him in custody.
This morning's events come less than 4 days after the Marathon bombings killed 3 people and injured more than 170 others. The FBI released surveillance footage of 2 men who they believe planted the crudely made devices after concealing them in their backpacks. They followed that footage up with this close-up of the men's faces. The events of the last few hours took place less than 2 miles from the scene of the Marathon bombing in the Cambridge area of Boston. At 10:30 local time, the suspects attempted to rob a store at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. They're then thought to have shot a campus police officer who died later in hospital. The men then hijacked a Mercedes SUV. In the high-speed chase that followed, explosives were thrown at police and shots fired. The chase ended in Watertown, a residential area west of Cambridge. There was an exchange of gunfire here at the junction of Dexter and Laurel Street. One of the suspects was killed and a police officer was shot and badly injured. The driver of the hijacked Mercedes was released, and the second suspect got away.
This gunfire went on for about 10-15 minutes, and then one larger explosion. It was really loud. My ears are still ringing, and after that I clambered into my closet. I'd heard something possibly enter my room and found, right where I'd been sitting at my desk, a bullet had gone through my outside wall, through my calendar on my wall, through the back of my chair, and right where my head would have been. And actually the bullet came to rest right at the foot of my bed.
A massive manhunt is now underway for the second suspect. The Boston mass transit system has been shut down. Residents have been told to stay indoors, and businesses are being urged to shut their doors until further notice.